I know you had a bad weekend, General Welsh, and I understand that this is painful for you, but I need to ask a couple of questions. What background did Lieutenant Colonel Krasinski have that qualified him for this job?
He is a personnel officer by training. He has spent the last 2.5 years working on the air staff in a personnel policy arena. He was a Force Support Squadron commander before coming to the Pentagon. Force Support Squadron is the squadron in which things like sexual assault coordination counselors, et cetera, work in our active Air Force units. He's been around the business his entire career as a personnel officer.
Have you looked at his file?
Yes, sir. Yes, pardon me. Yes, Senator, I have.
That's fine.
His record is very good.
And did you look at his file for any kind of problems related? I mean, clearly the accusation is that he was drunk and sexually attacked a complete stranger in a parking lot. It is hard for me to believe that someone would be accused of that behavior by a complete stranger and not have anything in their file that would indicate a problem in that regard. Have you looked at his file and determined that his file was absolutely pristine?
Senator, I looked at his officer record of performance, which is all I could access last night. I talked to his current supervisor. I haven't talked to people who knew him or supervised him in the past. There is no indication in his professional record of performance or in his current workplace that there is any type of a problem like this.
And who selected him? Will those two people be responsible for selecting his replacement?
Yes, ma'am, they probably will be.
I have spent, as you know, hours with JAG prosecutors. Not just General Harding and his colleagues at the top of the military justice food chain, but with courtroom prosecutors. And you have got a wealth of people in the Air Force that understand what this job has to be. And if this allegation is proved true, this was not someone who understood what this job was about. And I will be watching very carefully who is selected to replace Lieutenant Colonel Krasinski, because I think it is one of those times you're going to be able to send a message. As you know, these cases turn on who's believable. In the Aviano case and in the case that General Helms overturned, in both instances, you had the victim testifying to one set of facts and the accused testifying to another. In both instances, juries selected by those generals said they believed the victim. And in both of those instances, the generals said, no, we believe the member of the military. That is the crux of the problem here. Because if a victim does not believe that the system is capable of believing her, there's no point in risking your entire career. Or as the victim in the Helms case said, how difficult it was for her to encounter the accused who had been convicted by a jury and have to salute him.